Hello everybody. This is going to be my very first pick a card reading for the channel. So I'm sure you know how to do this already. You're going to pick an object here. I prefer to use objects rather than crystals because personally I feel like crystals, they kind of have their own energy and then they get in the way of the actual pile or group, you know what I mean, because the crystal's energy by themselves is already so strong. I usually prefer to just pick an object, and whoever resonates with that object, I feel like I can give them a much more clear reading that way. So what I have here, and I'll put a picture as my thumbnail if you can't see too clearly, but we have for pile 1, we have this, I believe bismuth is what it is, a bismuth skull. We have this metal lion, wish it would focus, and one of my earrings, a sword, and a moon. And well, I do have one crystal. It is a obsidian pyramid. And then finally this poppet, something I got at a witch pagan pride at one point. So go ahead and pick your pile. We're going to start with group 1, the bismuth skull, and I'll put the timestamps down below in the description. Oh, and silly me, I completely forgot to start this reading with a blessing. All right. Just want to make sure the energy is nice and clear before we start our reading. Perfect. I bless my audience. Clear any negative and old energies that might be holding back from any clarity they're seeking. May only those with my audience's best and highest interest enter this reading and offer the best advice on whatever their situation is that they need to be made aware of. I also cleanse myself to make sure I can channel these energies purely and cleanly. And may this safe space be protected and watched over by beings most high. All right, and I'll meet you at your pile. Hello, group 1. Welcome to your reading. So, for the topic of this reading, what does Spirit want you to know about this connection you're involved in? What does Spirit want my group 1 to know about the connection that they're involved in? Whether they're single and talking to somebody or seeing somebody, or they just have a connection, or it's a relationship, it does not matter. Whatever pile 1, group 1 needs to know. Please come forth for my viewers. What does group 1 need to know? Okay. Okay. So for some of you, you might be having a sort of period of stagnancy, it seems like. I feel like some of you, not stagnancy, but you're in, how do I put this? I know what I want to say, but I don't know how to say it. There's kind of like a bit of a pause right now in your connection, as not a bad pause, but a good one. Believe it or not. It might not feel that great because things seem to be kind of like slow or stagnant and you're ready for something to go to the next phase. But this 7 of Pentacles is telling me that it's growing right now. And you need to give it some space and just focus on, well, we're going to see what else it has to say. but that's a brief snapshot of what's even going on in the first place. Okay. 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 Yeah. So like I said, there's appears to be some stagnation right now. But with this Ace of Swords, I'm hearing, okay, yeah. All right, so first and foremost, do not overthink. Do not overthink it. Do not get lost in your thoughts. I feel like you might have a tendency to get potentially stuck up in the clouds, just thinking, overthinking, you know, why is it not moving any faster? Is it because I said something or whatever? But no, that's not what this is telling me. That get out of your head a bit and allow yourself to trust the process, trust the situation, and that everything's unfolding naturally. Everything's okay. And the Page of Swords reversed, it might be showing like some level of like okay, yeah, this connection actually might be in its infancy right now. It might just be starting out for some of you. It might be beginning rather slowly, or a bit slower of a pace than you might like, but at the end of the day, it's coming together. I feel like just allow things to unfold naturally. And with the Six of Wands reverse, what is that telling me? Okay. Okay. I think it's kind of just reiterating, like it's almost like I'm a Chariot reversed energy. Like, you might not think it's not moving, but it is. I get the sense that perhaps your person has other things going on. Maybe they're a little bit busy. Maybe they're preoccupied with some things at the moment. But at the end of the day, there is, well, let me see what else comes out. I think there is going to be a reconnection, but I want to see what comes out for this pile. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. This is good. I see this as good personally. So what I'm seeing, you know, you got a lot of reverse cards, but reverse cards, they're not jumping out to me as something negative. They're speaking more as like a delayed kind of, I just keep getting like this delayed energy. So I don't know what the exact situation is where there is a delay, but this Six of Pentacles is telling me that balance is going to come back into play in the connection. Make sure you're also, and this isn't for all of you, some of you, if you feel like you're giving too much or like, you know, overextending, pull your energy back a little bit and just allow them to kind of come forward whenever they're ready and to reach out to you and let you know, hey, we could start talking again, or hey, I'm back from whatever this trip was, this business trip, you know, it could be anything. But don't over like try to be a little more reserved in your communication right now if you're over communicating, because really the only thing I'm seeing here, the only issue, plain and simple, isn't a lack of communication. I just get a sense of being preoccupied with important ordeals. But at the end of the day, with the Emperor, this is showing me, okay, okay, that's, okay, okay, yeah, this Emperor, which I think does represent your person, which also represents Aries, is somebody who is going to come forward and reach out to you, and they're gonna, yeah, okay, yeah, now I'm seeing more Rams, and they're going to reach out to you. And again, the Judgment reversed is showing me like a delayed call. So the time is going to be revealed for you when it's time to resume whatever this connection is right now, from, or pick up from where you left off. Because this Judgment card, again, not negative by any means. Judgment reversed, it just, for me, most of the time, it just means a delay in that divine call. So I think you're waiting for a divine call right now. But because it's right next to the Emperor, it's showing me, you know, this is happening. This is happening, but give it some space. Give it some time. Focus on you. Allow yourself to do things to make you feel more aligned with your self-worth and your self-love, because that's also going to make you infinitely more attractive to your person as well. and just overall giving, you know, the connection some space while you do your thing, because it's already out there in the universe and it's already happening. This Seven of Pentacles is what pretty much defined the reading. There's just a delay right now. So if you're overthinking things or worrying about it, it's okay. Everything's fine. You know, I'm somebody with anxious attachment, so I do get it. Don't overdo it. Just allow it to happen whenever it wants to happen. You know what I mean? Not even when it wants to happen, but just allow it to happen when things are in alignment and they're ready, because that's what the Judgment card means to me personally, especially, you know, in reverse. It's talking about alignment, not because there's something you're not doing or that you need to do, but more just, you know, it's the call is going to come when the call comes. I just get a sense that your person's working on some things, you know, for themselves. So, all right, I think that was your pile. Nothing else is really coming through. That's just a little snapshot of what Spirit wants you to know about your connection right now. So I really hope that resonated. Oh, and if you're interested, you can shoot me an email. I do private readings too. I'm still in everything's still in its infancy right now, but you're more than welcome to come and, you know, shoot me a message if you want a reading. I'm starting right now at $15 for a 15-minute reading. I'm still figuring out the rest, but you have a wonderful day, pile 1. All right, pile 2, welcome to your reading. This is your pile, your little lion, your metal lion. Now, what does Spirit want my group 2 pile kickers? What does Spirit want my group 2 to know about this connection that they're involved in? What does Spirit want my group 2 to know about their connection? Okay, right away. Seems to be a little bit of a theme here lately. Okay. What does Spirit want my group 2 pile to know about their connection? Okay. Okay. Oh. Okay. Seeing. Okay. Six of Pentacles. Okay. Interesting. So right away, this reminded me of my pile 1 with this Four of Swords, because the Seven of Pentacles came out showing like, you know, more of like, how do I put this? Like, yeah, pile 1, the Seven of Pentacles was showing like a period of like what appears to be stagnancy and just not moving, but the connection was growing. But I'm seeing this Four of Swords and it's saying like a similar energy per se. Perhaps there is, you feel like something, there's a lot of quiet right now. Hence, why else would you be on this reading? So I guess that makes sense. But the Six of Pentacles is showing, you know, it's talking about balance in communication, balance in your connection, balance, and it's not reversed. It's not showing any flaws or anything like that. But maybe this is saying what it is that you want or what you're craving more of. I feel like you might balance. Let me make sure I got this right. Let me pull one more card. One more card for the top row. Okay. Okay. So I'm getting a lot of this is about your personal desires. And you might be feeling a little bit like, there's a word called acquiescence. It's when you accept somebody's qualities in a relationship and deal with, you know, the qualities you might not like, but because they have these great qualities, you're accepting of the qualities you might not like. And that to me is what I'm getting from the Six of Pentacles. Like, you see the valuable qualities in this person and you're enjoying the connection per se, But this Four of Swords is telling me there's almost like a subtle dissatisfaction with the connection per se. And you desiring a bit more of like this fire, this passion, this spice, this heat. You want some heat right now. You want heat, and that's normal. There's nothing wrong. And say you've been in this connection for like years and years. Say you're even married to each other. That's okay. It's not wrong to want more fire in this connection. I'm really seeing like a desire for fire energy. Maybe it was there once, but I guess it seems like the fire has dissipated a tiny bit. Or either you want to reconnect with that fire, or if it's a new relationship or it's not a marriage or something, you've probably been feeling like it might not have enough of that spice, but there's a part of you that's settling with it a bit. Now, let me see if there's any more clarity from Spirit in regards to this connection. Okay. Any more details on this connection? So, some of you might be kind of, yeah, okay. Again, they're not like a bad guy or anything like that, or woman, whoever's watching. It's Pride Month. But with this King of Swords, it's almost like this person, they're good, they're normal, but it's almost like too normal, too balanced, and there's a part of you that is like blinding yourself to the possibilities, either of what this could be, or with another person you might be feeling more attracted to. And personally, like, you know, I advise you to work on your relationship and have an honest communication with the partner and let them know, like, hey, you know, I want to feel more of this fire. But if they're like a man, for example, and the man, you know, they have a hard time with connecting on a deeper emotional level, you need to bring this up to them, and you need to let them know, like, hey, you know, I feel like we need to have these uncomfortable conversations, because once we have these uncomfortable conversations, then we could move forward and we could have even better of a connection. Because like, if you're not communicating on a deeper level, if you're not taking the connection deeper, you're going to end up in this place where you feel like you're acquiescing a bit. And I'm really getting a strong craving for some more fire and spice in your life. More adventure, more passion, more heat. I just keep hearing heat. You know, like, you're left wanting right now, and it's not too terrible. It's not like you're absolutely miserable in the relationship, but it's like, I'm just getting a sense of, you know, you really long for more of a, you know, the word is acquiescence. I really think that you're wanting more than, you know, the situation you're in, and you want to take things deeper in your current connection, or you want to move on. Well, I'm not getting any of you really want to move on per se, not yet at least, but I'm just hearing like you want to, plain and simple, just, you know, explore greater potential in your relationship, and if not, somebody else, if they're not wanting to take things deeper. Only in like the worst case scenarios you might want to move on, if you know, you really are that unhappy. But I don't think any of you are that unhappy. You're just kind of wanting some more right now. So with this Ace of Pentacles, whenever I see the Ace of Pentacles, I think of like growing something, like a seed being planted. A seed being planted in fertile soil that's going to eventually grow into something really, really big. So this Ace of Pentacles is talking to me about maybe having that uncomfortable conversation, or at least having like a sit down with your partner and being like, hey, you know, like I just said before, I want to take things a bit deeper with you. I'm feeling like I want some more. I'm feeling like I want to connect on a deeper level. And either way, I really think this is something you need to address to you, pile two, because I feel like if you do let the acquiescence go on, you might become so dissatisfied with the relationship that you'll eventually, on your own volition, want to move on to something that makes you feel something a bit more. Or worse comes to worse, it's a stagnant relationship and it doesn't feel like things are, moving in the emotional connectedness I think you're really craving. And don't get me wrong, this reading really truly isn't that negative. These are normal things in a relationship. These are normal freaking things. It's not anything terrible or whatever. This is just telling me it's time to plant that seed and to take a little bit of initiative with offering that opportunity to your partner to grow with you some more, so that this reverse Two of Cups, which is the only reversed card in the entire reading, by the way, telling me about potential for it to be more upright and in alignment with what you want. Oh, and coincidentally, here's a little synchronicity at the end. There is a lion head. Matches your lion. That funny? So that's showing me you need to be a bit brave too if you have discomfort talking about these uncomfortable things, but that's the key. That's how you go deeper into the love and commitment and passion in a relationship, by having these uncomfortable conversations and your partner responding understandingly. I understand what you need to feel loved, and I want to try taking this connection deeper too. And if they meet you on that level, then things are naturally going to go deeper. Just, of course, be ready. It's a give and a take. They might approach you on things, and it might even be nice to ask them, are there more things you need from me to feel safe or to feel comfortable or to feel loved? What do you need? Because I want to feel like I'm getting as much as you're giving, and you're giving as much as I'm getting too. But overall, this is completely up to you. There is potential. I'm getting your partner, one more thing, is a very logical person. Sometimes almost too logical. I'm getting, for some of you, they might be very shrewd, and I don't want to say cold, but I guess sometimes it could feel like they're, how do I put this? Like they're cold in a way of hiding behind work, or overly factual things and ignoring the intuitive feeling things that are part and parcel of a relationship. You might be dealing with somebody who is an avoidant attachment type. Just a forewarning, that's not all of you. That might just be some of you. If that resonates, try to approach or do some research on that if that resonates for you. But if they're exhibiting any of those avoidant tendencies, be strategic but also honest, and state your boundary. The biggest thing here, be honest about what you want. Communicate. Love yourself. And if they love you in the same way, they really are going to try to meet you where they live. It might be hard. It might be a struggle for them. But as long as people are putting in the effort and really trying to grow with you, there's no reason why something can't work and it can't get here. So anyways, I hope that resonated, pile 2. If you would like a personal reading, you can email me in my description below. I'm starting out at $15 per reading right now, for a 15-minute reading. But just shoot me an email if you want anything else. But you have a wonderful day, and I wish you luck in your connection. And again, also, if this was for anybody who is single right now, this is genuinely just showing you might be seeking more passion, more heat and stuff in a relationship, because you might feel you might have attracted partners you're not necessarily as drawn to in the past, per se, that are more on the colder, less emotional side. But open yourself to the possibilities of somebody who wants to communicate with you honestly and grow things from a healthy and more fertile emotional perspective, if that makes sense. But all right, that was it, pile 2. Good luck. Hello, my pile number 3. This is your reading. The ones who picked the sword and moon earring, made of what I think is like a type of brass alloy. So, Spirit, what does my pile 3 audience need to know about their current connection? What does... Oh, okay. Interesting. Okay. Heard. All right. I usually, when I get multiple cards at the same time, I'll hear, I'll try to just like put them back and I'll be like, I don't like how they all fell out at the same time, but I literally just heard you guys in my, I don't know, my intuition just say, if they all fell out, just pick them all. And I'm like, okay, that's what we'll do. So we started out with the 7 of Pentacles reversed, which is interesting because at the beginning of my very first reading, it started off, the first card was the 7 of Pentacles upright, but yours came out reversed. And now you have the Emperor reversed and the Magician upright and the Ace of Cups. It almost seems like some conflicting energies here, if I'm understanding, but allow me a second to just like put it together. Okay, what's jumping out to me, you may feel like, and take this how it resonates, I could be completely wrong, but you may feel like something is not growing, like the connection is not growing in a way that you would prefer. I am picking up on some, okay, there is this Emperor energy, it's reversed, so, okay. Yeah. I'm getting, like pile 2, I feel like you're wanting more in the connection than you are getting right now. And this Magician card is telling me, I don't know why, but I just heard from this Magician when I looked at him, you have all the things and resources you need to make the love you want happen, or this love happen, this connection happen. You have everything that you need to make this happen. Ace of Cups. So, but it's like I'm a little confused because it's like I'm getting from the 7 of Pentacles, you might feel like something's not growing with this, I assume this Emperor energy reversed. You might feel like something isn't coming together as it should be. But this Magician is also telling me to remind you of your capabilities of manifesting the true love that you seek. Okay, it just jumped out to me. So there is a huge emphasis on having a huge amount of self-love for yourself, and that is the key to drawing out more love in your day-to-day experience, whether it be with this person or people in general. And you've already connected with this wellspring of self-love in yourself before, of self-worship, of self-admiration. It's like this radical, ferocious self-love energy. And whenever you're in this energy of pure self-love, you are such a powerful manifester and nothing can stop you. And you attract these beautiful, fiery connections where anything can happen. And, okay. Yeah. So, okay. The Emperor reverse might also be a little bit for you as well, showing you might not be feeling exactly particularly in your Emperor or Empress energy right now. But this is another reminder, fix your crown, Queen. You are still you, and you still have this power to have whatever you want. You are a master attractor, and even every time I put these cards up, this Magician keeps falling back my way. So I guess it's really trying to tell me something. This is really trying to let me know, I think, that you have this power, and you tap into it through your self-love and your self-worth and giving yourself what you deserve. If you're not getting everything you want in this connection, and I'm not saying your partner's abusive or anything or mean like that, but if they're neglecting you, and you've already voiced to them like, hey, you know, I need some more here. You need to just be real honest with yourself if they're not meeting you where you are right now, because people can't meet you where they haven't met themselves. And so if that's the case, then you meet yourself there. Don't waste your time waiting for somebody else to love you in the way that you need to be loved. And you would be surprised once you start doing this again. And I keep hearing like, not start doing this like it's the first time you've ever loved yourself, but you already know how to do it. I do get a sense that this pile may have a secret understanding of how great their self-worth is. And that is a really good thing. So I want to, okay. Okay. I don't know how I feel about this Devil card, if this resonates with it, but okay, the way this is falling out under the Devil card, interesting. Okay, so first the Seven of Wands here. The Seven of Wands is telling me if you're fighting, if you feel like you're fighting against the current in your relationship, stop immediately. Stop fighting, stop driving yourself up the wall. Do not do that to yourself. You are worth far more than that. You've already worked so hard on loving yourself and understanding yourself, what your wants and your needs are. And you can meet yourself where you want to be any time of the day. You don't need to wait for anybody, or you don't need to fight for them to do what you require. This is a need. I'm hearing that this is a need for you. I'm not sure exactly what that is, that exact need is with your partner. Take it how it resonates, but whatever that need is, you know, if they're not meeting you where you live, don't fight it. You know, just choose to love yourself, and I promise you, watch how they respond. Watch how they respond, because nothing speaks volumes more than silence, especially silence and self-love and choosing ourselves over bullshit. So the Six of Cups, I'm hearing inner child from this card. I'm also hearing, okay. This is a really beautiful connection card. The Six of Cups, I think this might be reiterating what I was just saying, actually. I think it's reiterating, like, I'm getting such a peaceful, flowing, loving energy from this card. Just peaceful, heavenly, like, you know, just such a childlike, puppy love kind of energy, and connecting on such an innocent level, which is what you deserve at all times, you know? The Six of Cups is telling me, hey, how do I put this? It's not that I don't have the message, it's just sometimes I don't know how to put this, because my words like come out all jumbled sometimes for like no reason, but I know what it's trying to say, but I'll just spit it out. So I feel like when you do meet yourself there with your self-love and giving yourself that, your partner is going to be kind of, in a sense, changed by that energy, dominated by it, and it's going to force some kind of a change about it. And I'm getting you might be the feminine in the relationship. I mean, most women looking for readings are. It's rare that you get men on these pick a card readings, I feel like. But for you, as I assume a feminine energy, you will naturally attract this connection back as you choose your self-love. But make sure when you let them back into your space, your inner child space, that it is from a place of genuineness and not because they're afraid that they're going to lose you or whatever or anything like that. Okay, you don't need that. You need somebody that wants you for you right now. You know, when you are most aligned with yourself, people can finally begin to meet you where you live. You know, and I hate to say it, but for some of you, this person, because, and it drives me crazy, this energy sometimes, as beautiful as it is, but like it drives me crazy when it's like I need to love myself first for somebody to like see my self-worth or whatever, because it's just like, bro, if you don't love me at excuse me, if you don't love me at my best, why do you love me? I mean, if you don't love me at my worst, why are you coming and trying to love me at my best? You know, that's just me. It just irks me sometimes. But under the Magician, I'm seeing the Devil reversed, which is showing me you might have a really harsh inner critic. You know, somebody that tries to doubt your ability to be this powerhouse that you are, but it's reversed. Ignore it, throw that out the window. This isn't true. If some of you have a partner that berates you and talks down to you, says like, you know, hey, I want your body to be better. Why can't your body be like this girl? Oh, this girl looks so good. You know, all that shoulda, coulda, woulda crap or whatever, and talking about how you're not enough. Just, if this is what your relationship constantly is, you need to check this person and be like, no, that is not who I am. I am somebody who is worthy of love, and I will prove it to you. I will love myself in spite of this dark energy you try to throw at me to try and bring me down. If your relationship is toxic like that, you know, again, give them the opportunity to change and heal through honest communication. But if this is how it is and you don't believe it's going to change even after communication attempts, I'd be done. I'd be done. Personally. Because, you know, you deserve love, and we already struggle enough with our own inner critic. We don't need our partner criticizing us too. But tap into this self-worth energy, which I know that you have. You can channel this self-love, this wellspring of love, so that you are basically unstoppable and you can't be shaken from your pedestal. Now for the crowning card for this pile. Okay. Ooh, that's good. That's really good. Okay, I like this. I actually really like this. So for the King of Wands, this is telling me that when you've met yourself where you lived, by loving yourself, finding your self-worth, and just being done with like the arguments or the resistance or trying to get this person to give you what you deserve, when you find that self-love and manifest it in yourself, it's going to, I really believe, trigger a change in this person, and you'll be surprised. You will literally be surprised how this person suddenly shows up and makes an effort to more solidly connect with you. But again, know your worth, Queen, and do not settle. If you still feel like this person might not be meeting your standards, or they're not as good of a person as you'd like them to be, on like, you know, a personality level, then of course, know your worth and move on. But if you really are feeling connected to this person and the Six of Cups energy is real and they are connecting with your inner child and they genuinely do care, I think that they're going to show up in a more solid and fixed way than you may have been experiencing previously in the relationship or at this point in time now, which seems to be struggling a bit. But what I hear so clearly throughout this entire reading is that the change begins with you. Back to what I said before, the Magician, you have all the resources you need to make this connection happen. The answer is in you. The answer is the inner change in your soul and your self-connectedness with yourself, your wants, your needs, and most of all, your self-love and self-worship. You know, people think self-worship sounds vain or narcissistic, but no, self-worth is one of the most powerful feminine energies you can have. It's so abundant and powerful, and it's just like a light is emanating from you, and men cannot help but be absolutely enthralled by it and consumed by it. You know, that's just the way it is. You know, they're moths to the flame. That's what I'm getting though. When you tune into that energy, they will be drawn like a moth to the flame, and you will see a very obvious change in this person. But take that how it resonates. I hope that resonates. That was your pile number 3. I really hope that you liked that. Feel free to reach out to me via email if you want a personal reading. I'm doing $15 for 15 minutes right now. Like I said, I'm starting out slow, but if you like this reading, like, comment, share, subscribe if it resonated. I really appreciate you coming to my channel and giving me a chance. You have a wonderful day. Good luck with your connection. Hello, group number 4 who picked the obsidian pyramid. Let's get straight into it. Spirit, what does group 4 who picked the obsidian spirit pyramid need to know about the connection that they're in? What does group 4, my obsidian pyramid pile, need to know about the connection they're involved in? What do they need to know? Okay, right away. All right, interesting. A Knight of Swords reversed. Any more details? Any more? Okay, some of you might be experiencing inconsistent or a lack of communication. And you're at a point, I believe, where you're like being honest and communicating. And you're being straightforward. And there might be some kind of avoidance on their part, is what I'm feeling. I'm feeling there might be some kind of... Oh, that's so annoying. I don't want to assume anything right away because, like, we're right at the beginning of your pile, but, like, I'm just, like, getting an energy of, like, this person, they're just, like, very wifty, like, little boy kind of freaking, just not communicating properly and just being really lame for, like, no fucking reason. And you're very solid with your communication, and I'm also getting a sense you also know your worth. But you're still like, bro, what the fuck? Can we just have an honest conversation? Like, I almost get like more avoidance and bullshit from this person's energy, but you're just like being solid and like you're, yeah. Interesting. What are you doing here, buddy? So you just had like a little gnat or something crawl on here, trying to figure out what that might mean, but it grew right from the Judgment card right on the Queen of Swords, so I'm sure that will come out to me in a second. Oh, okay. So you might be spirit, I think, or your guides or whoever might really be trying to get your attention right now. So what are you feeling called to do exactly? You're feeling a call that you might not be paying entire attention to. Anyways, what else comes out for pile 4, spirit? What else comes out for pile 4? I need a 4th card so I can, okay. All right. Let's see. That's a card that wanted to come up after they just fell everywhere. Okay. 6 of Wands reversed. Oh, why did I just hear that song? So, this might be for some of you. Probably not a lot of you, I'm hoping. But I did get a slightly sad song. What's the song go? Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. You know, love is not a victory march. You know, that song. It's that song from Shrek. It's something about King David and all the bullshit he did with Bathsheba in the Bible and how the man sucks, basically. But if you're feeling kind of like so left out by this connection, no matter how much you're communicating, no matter how honest you are, count your losses and move on, because you are 100% worth honest communication now and every day in your relationship. You are worthy of 100% honest communication and not little boy running away bullshit. Let's see what else comes out. Yeah, that's kind of clear. So what do you, okay, that's good. That wanted to come out. That I was also feeling this card too. So, okay. In spite of this, if you really did have a negative experience, I hope this didn't resonate in a way, because it kind of seems like it would really suck to be in a situation where you're communicating with somebody and they're just not trying, they're not putting enough effort in, and you might have been holding on. But I also get this energy with the Queen of Swords, like you're ready to cut it down and like be done at this point. And I think that really is what the Judgment card is calling you to do, to move on and to not keep marching a march in a relationship that feels like it's for nothing or it doesn't mean anything. I could be dead wrong about this whole reading, but that's what I'm seeing. But the Sun card and the Nine of Cups is talking about after this drama. This Sun card is telling me about joy, happiness, a new beginning, illumination, finding a perspective on yourself you may not have had in a really long time, from potential singlehood for some of you, or just having some time to love yourself. And this Nine of Cups talks about a wish come true, deepest wish, feeling happy and proud of yourself, in alignment with yourself, in alignment with your wants and needs like you never have before. But there's also a part of me that feels like you're also a very confident person, even though you might feel, you know, a little kind of, excuse me, but fucked up about the situation in this connection right now. There's still an underlying part of you, I think, that has dealt with a lot of the emotions of it, and you're not really gonna dwell on the pain or the sorrows of a breakup, if it is about a breakup, or just moving on to somebody better who's gonna love you more than this. Like, I just get such an energy of this person not really being, you know, in the picture as much as they should be. So, okay. Yeah. Again, this is good. Yeah. This is about balance. And when you do have a connection again, you are going to have a sense of clarity, which I really get you never had with this other person. But you also have this clarity with yourself, of course, because I do get a sense you're going to want to do the inner work for a little while, just to feel like yourself again. And then this Nine of Cups is going to tell me, is telling me you are going to attract your deepest wish in a connection that offers you the deep, honest communication that you deserve, in copulation with balance. And the Six of Pentacles at the very end, upright, is a very good card to have, I think. I think it's a very good card to have for you, because your relationship with this previous person or your current situation may not be as balanced as you would like it to be. I just get such an energetic, like, I just don't like the energy of that person, but they're facing literally outside of the reading, like they're going away for a reason, like they're so in the past. This could also be about somebody from your past that could have hurt you, that you still feel some like resentment or connection to on some level. But this really is calling you to, I think, for most of you on this pile, to count your losses and, you know, move on. Because I think you already have the answers that you need. You know deep down what your worth is, and you want to connect with yourself more and find your inner light again, so that you can attract the real love that you deserve. Somebody that will love you so hard that, and communicate with you so much better, that this previous relationship or situation, I like to call it shit-uation, you know, it's not even going to occur to you anymore. It's going to be so beyond you that you're just going to be like, well, oh well. And it's going to be balanced and beautiful. as a relationship should, because you did the inner work to find your self-love and manifest the connection you have always deserved. But if you do, and this is for some of you, if you do still want to like make this relationship work with this person, you can go ahead and try if you want. But if they're not even, like, communication is the very foundation of relationship. If they're not even really trying to like communicate 100% with you and be honest with you and just be straight about what's been going on or whatever, you know, and I'm getting for some of you there might have been some disloyalty or just like little boy player energy, something. And I also do get a sense that if you were in that situation, I'm getting that yes, you might have been hurt, but I also think there's a big part of you that would be ready to just completely cut it off and just be like, you know what, I'm done. I don't want to do this anymore. But again, if one of you wants to give this one last chance, you got to give an ultimatum and let them know, like, hey, these are the rules, these are my boundaries. You don't meet them, we're done. I can find better. So that's what came through for you guys. I really hope it resonated. If you want a more in-depth reading, a personal reading, you can reach out to me via my email in the link below. And if you liked my reading, you know, feel free to like, share, subscribe if this all resonated. But I really hope that this helped you in your situation. If it didn't resonate, you know, who knows, maybe it just wasn't the right pile, I don't know. Or maybe who knows, maybe I'm dead wrong, I don't know. But this was an interesting pile to decipher here, not gonna lie. But either way, I really wish you guys the best, and you have a wonderful summer. Hello, my final pile number 5. Who picked the poppet? All right. Now, for my pile, in group 5, what does Spirit want my group 5 to know about the connection they're involved in? What does group 5 need to know, Spirit, about the connection they're in? What does group 5 need to know about the connection they're in? Oh, okay. That was an interesting little flip. Okay. Okay. Interesting. Anything else yet? Do you want me to read these to you? Yeah, okay. I'll read these two first. So we have the Queen of Wands reversed and the Ace of Swords upright. Okay. Okay. Potentially. Actually, I want a little more clarity on this. Let me try again. Okay. There we go. Okay. Is this for any men looking at this reading right now? This is, let me see. Getting this is more about like, okay. Okay. Some of you might have been, from this Nine of Pentacles reverse, which jumping out to me, some of you might have been single for a while. Some of you might have been, some are happily single, but others I'm getting might be like, when am I going to really meet somebody or feel like a deeper connection with somebody? When am I going to want to share really love, like this love I have to give with somebody else? When is this really going to come together? When am I going to meet that person that's worthy? Because, you know, with this Queen of Wands, it's interesting how this Queen is reversed though. I'm trying to really decipher what she's trying to tell me. Okay. I'm a little bit perplexed. Give me 1 second to think about this a little more. Hello again. Sorry about that. I actually need to step out and just cool off for a bit because I was burning up, and then it just came to mind. This Queen of Wands reverse might be saying, and I could be wrong, but do some of you have a temper? Because I'm getting like some of you might be very like, kind of like, some of you are really feisty and spicy. It's really funny, like, I'm getting this vibe from some of y'all. It's my way or the highway. Okay, yeah, now this reading's starting to come together. I see what it's saying. This is talking about my way or the highway. And with this Nine of Pentacles, again, like I said before, you completely are like wondering when you're going to be able to give your whole self or somebody who can handle all of you, because I think you really do know your worth deep down, as you always have. You completely understand and know your worth, and you know what you bring to the table, who you are, and that you are just delicious and you're awesome. And I'm getting very strong sexual energy from your side too that is irresistible to the opposite sex. But it's like, I feel like a lot of men just cannot handle you at all. I feel like you're a very strong-willed, powerful woman. And I haven't gotten any snapshots on men yet, but what I have seen with you, what I'm getting from your energy, so you wonder who can handle you or who can't. I think a lot of men can't. So, what's next for pile 5 in this reading? Yeah, you know what you have to offer, and your self-worth, I think, is highly unshakable. It's very clear to me and evident. So, what wants to come out next? Oh, okay. Yeah, you see, like, I'm already, like, dropping my cards right now because it's like, I can't even handle my own cards. Oh my god, yeah. Oh my god, there's so many. I was asking, I'm not going to take all of these cards because there's just like too many for me to put it. I'm doing like 8 cards a reading, but it's like, I'm just seeing like, you know what, screw it. I guess you're going to get more cards this pile. But I'm seeing like a 6 of Wands reversed. I'm seeing the 5 of Wands reversed. The 7 of Cups reversed. The King of Wands reversed. The Emperor reversed. The Magician reversed. And this isn't a bad thing for you on your part. It's just showing me like a really funny energy of like these men, like in a way it's like they run with their tail between their legs. Not because like you're not attractive or like you know, getting to know you or something is like, you know, like you're not enough for them or whatever. But it's almost like they just cannot handle you. That's just like coming through so clearly. Like these men cannot handle you. And you're like, next. You know what I mean? Next. So no wonder I was getting from this card at the beginning, you know, when am I going to have like that love to really give and offer somebody? Because like you've like so many guys have come and gone who have not been able to handle you, and you're just sitting here like, what the fuck? Like, is it me? Or yes, it is you, but in a good way, in a really good way. It is because of you. So please, whatever you do, don't doubt yourself or step down from your queen pedestal, because you have really huge big queen energy. I'm just gonna let that 6 of Wands like be the main card that speaks on all the men that you've struggled with from the past. But you got like every single card reversed, and right away it just jumped out to me, just like there's been so many men that have just not been able to handle you at all. You could be very Latina if you're, you know, a Latina woman. Y'all definitely got that spice that I wish I had more of. So, okay. All right, fine. They want to come out again. Yeah, it's almost felt like a merry-go-round for you of just like, you know, next, where's my king? Where's my king? Why can't, you know, they handle me? For some of you, though, you might have a guy you are in a relationship with right now who you feel can't handle you. Somebody you're currently with who you just feel like, they can't really, like, they're only scratching the surface with you. Yeah, like they're only connecting with you on a more surface level because it's like all that they can handle. So what else wants to come out for you? I kind of like this pile. Yeah, like when I was doing your pile, all of a sudden I just started burning up for like no reason. And then I left and I was trying to figure out what the Queen of Wands reverse was saying. And then it just hit me all of a sudden. It's because this pile is spicy. They're spicy. So, okay. All right. So there is somebody out there, and you might not think so, but there is somebody out there who can offer you that cup of love and cool that fire of yours down a bit. Not make the fire go away, but like, really kind of like balance you out. Someone that can draw you in and satisfy you without being Icarus and having his wings burn off in the face of the sun. So like, let's see what else comes up. Yeah, this is about a love offer, this Knight of Cups. You might not have received it yet or met this person yet for some of you, but regardless, you are going to experience this love, whether it's from your current partner, if you are with somebody, or from a coming partner. There is love in your future and on the horizon. I'm hearing it's written in the stars as well. They could be a Pisces. Just a heads up, they could be a Pisces for some of you. Maybe even a Sagittarius, potentially. But I am getting some really nice water energy though. I do get a lot of water energy in their chart, like somebody who could really like sit with you, and when you're like, having your spicy moments, they could just like be there and like hold space for you and understand, and like they'll listen, which is a big thing for you. I think you want somebody who's gonna listen and just shut the hell up so that you can just get it out on the table, because a lot of men, I think, do get scared of you because you can be scary when you're mad. You can be really fucking scary, and like, you're not to be trifled with when you've been pushed over the edge. And so a lot of men, they get scared, but I feel like this person, they're just like, yes, honey, I understand, honey. I'm sorry, honey. Yes, I'll do better, honey. They're kind of, it's good though. It's not like, you could walk all over them, like you're not going to respect them sort of thing, but they're really like going to like be present with you and your emotions, and they're just going to worship the freaking ground that you walk on if you haven't met them yet. I am getting that this pile, like I said, I'm getting like half of you might be with somebody you feel can't handle you, or you've experienced a lot of men that couldn't handle you and you're single. One or the other is what I'm picking up on. But either way, okay. But yeah, I am still picking up on that energy of, you looking and wondering who is going to really be able to contend with you and your honest and loving emotions. And don't get me wrong, when I've said like I picked up on feisty, angry energy, it doesn't mean anything like, you're abusive or anything like that. I really just get the vibe that you're just very honest and forthcoming, and you're just fiery. You're a natural firecracker, and lots of men love that, but they say that they love that and they want that in a woman until they actually have it, and then they're just like, oh wait, I actually can't handle this. But don't you worry, there is somebody who can handle it. And you might have been looking far and wide for a while, or been wanting that for a long time, but it just hasn't come. But I'm just going to be honest, I don't necessarily think that this is, like, I'm just getting it, even though some of you might be in a relationship with somebody who can't handle you, I'm getting an energy with this Two of Wands upright that even though some of you may be in this relationship, you're already kind of like ready to move on and open up to new people, you know, or you guys might be knowing that you're going to go your separate ways at some point anyway, because you're just like not, you know, you're just not satisfied. You know, you're not satisfied, and it's okay to be not satisfied. You know, you have to be honest with yourself. If like you think this person can't meet you or handle you, and they know that they can't handle you, then y'all must be having a mutual understanding that you aren't meant for each other. So before you really start talking to somebody else or getting to know somebody else, you know, if you're living with each other, make sure, of course, you communicate with each other and let them know, like, hey, I do want to start seeing other people. Nothing against you, but bro, you can't handle me, you know? Like, be honest, you know, so nobody gets like hurt. But yeah, I'm getting that one way or another. And if this partner does somehow make some change, pull a rabbit out of their butt, and suddenly change to become this Knight of Cups energy and know how to handle you more, that's a rare situation. But if they do, then the relationship, I guess, could work. But I still feel like with this person, there would still be a big part of you that doesn't think that they could really truly handle all of you. This specific person, if it is for, you know, my people that are in a relationship with a person still. But overall, you know, there's nothing wrong with you being fiery. Please, for the love of God, do not tone that part of you down. It's a part of you, and it's one of the things that makes you so unbelievably attractive to men in your life. I think you have a tendency to attract a lot of partners. It's just siphoning out the ones who can handle you and who can't. That's what the challenge has mainly been for you. So anyways, pile number 5, I really hope that this resonated for you. And if you want a personal reading, you can email me, and I could set up a time for you. I'm doing like 15 minutes per, 15-minute reading if you're interested. But I really wish you the best, and I hope that you meet that Knight of Cups sooner than later, because, yeah, you deserve somebody who can actually handle you. And, but yeah, if you like this reading, like, share, and subscribe, comment. Really appreciate it, because I'm just starting this channel out. But you have a wonderful summer.